Well, hello again, and welcome back to this week's edition of the New Variety Art Show. We're sure glad you've tuned in here on your public access station. My name is Brad Zinn, and I'm your host as we prepare to meet another exciting guest from the world of variety arts entertainment. You know, we have a lot of interesting people on the show, and the whole idea of this shooting match here is to give you a chance to get to know these people one-on-one, what it is that they do, why they do it, how they learn to do it, and we hope the next time you see a variety arts performer live and in person, you'll appreciate what they do just a little bit more. Now, if you have any questions about the show or comments, good or bad, I guess, you can get in touch with us at this phone number. And if you're a variety arts performer and would like to be on the show, give us a call, let us know. Or if you have a variety arts type performance coming up, we'd like to know about that also, and we'll try to promote it for you right here on the show. And as always, we like to hear from you anyway, just if you're a fan and enjoying the show every week. Right now, here's somebody we enjoy every week. His name is Van Corriton, our musical director.
Thank you, Brad. Gee, that was kind.
Well, I'm a kind of guy.
I'm surprised. I'm deeply touched. Have we heard from anybody else this week?
Yes, that's what you said after the pickpocket got a hold of you. I'm deeply touched. Yes. You are appearing every day at
at the Phoenician.
The Phoenician
Resort.
The castle up on the side of that mountain.
No, not the castle. It's more like the pyramid.
Oh, I see.
And there I sit at the Steinway while people
the
have
9-inch
tea and no, the 9-foot.
9-foot.
While people have tea and finger sandwiches, courtesy of Chef Dahmer.
Uh-oh.
And
I'll pass on that. Yes.
No crumpets.
Well, you know,
scones.
Scones?
Scones.
That sounds like a painful ailment.
I had scones. Yeah.
Well, they have shots for that now. Listen, we
get mail.
We get mail. We get people in touch with us, and we have a lot of exciting things. First of all, we want to say hi to Mrs. Shaw out there.
Hi, Mrs. Shaw.
Mrs. Shaw has been a fan for months, and she saw your friend Janice Roper on the show.
Great.
And she got in touch with Janice. That was
wonderful.
Neat. Saul Rudnick, remember Fiddlin' Saul?
Yeah, Fiddlin' Saul.
He sent us a note to say hello, and he's got a new address and phone number. Hi, Fiddlin' Saul. Thanks for remembering us. Oh, by the way, our show is also seen on Insight Cable over in certain parts of the Phoenix area.
How insightful.
We wanted to pass along, for those of you that know people in the Insight area, we are on Channel 3 without the converter and Channel 19 with the converter, and we're running Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. So people
sure that means something to those people.
Yes, I don't know what that converter stuff nonsense means.
Okay.
Oh, Chuck Fain. Now, that was the show that you weren't on because we did that on remote location.
Right.
Remember, we got a letter from that nice couple, and they saw the Chuck Fain show.
They loved it because I wasn't on it.
It had nothing to do with you. But I sent Chuck a copy of that letter, and he sent a nice note back. Thanks for the letter. Hope we can work together again. Best to everyone on the New Variety Art Show in Phoenix. Well, he didn't get a chance to meet you. He'll come back. So thanks, Chuck. We appreciate your support, and if you come back to Phoenix, we'd like to have you on. You know, there's a lot of people that do shows here on public access. J.C. Gobin's called, and he just called to say he thought it was neat. Now, I think that's really nice that one of the other producers here on public access called us. Oh,
do you ever call anybody and tell them their shows?
Well, not all of them have phone numbers, and half of the people I work with.
Well, we give our phone number. Yeah.
As you know, I am a member of the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Radio and Television Artists, and this is their little monthly report that they have here. Now, stay right there, because what I'm going to do is flip over and show you that we got a nice mention here about the New Variety Art Show running on 3D television. Anyway, they gave us a nice mention here about the New Variety Art Show.
Must mean I get a raise.
In the after seg. Don't say that. We'll give you double what you're getting now.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Dimension Cable. Now, I know you had a problem with this. Tell real quick while I dig this out.
Program in to tape a movie on one of the movie channels, and when I went to watch it, I had 2 hours of weather reports. I'd forgotten that they changed. Will you tell them where we are now?
They changed all the channels.
Yeah.
So you have to check your newspaper, or hopefully you got a mailing from Dimension Cable about the change in the lineup of channels. public access now is on channel 22. But
22.
the good news is that it's channel 22 valley-wide. So that means
Valley-wide.
Glendale, Peoria, Sun City, Mesa, Tempe.
All one channel.
It's all channel 22 now.
Great.
So it'll be a lot easier for people to tune in to us. Of course, if you're watching the show right now, it means that you've already figured out we're on channel 22.
Or you're looking for A&E, right?
Or A&E. This is as close to arts and entertainment
as you're going to
get right now. By the way, speaking of public access, real quick, in the Arizona Republic, what is the date on this? Can you see, Van?
Yes,
What
June
is it?
23rd.
June 23rd, they did a nice article on this guy, Punk's Vision. The only thing I'm upset about is they didn't mention us. So, take it away. Okay. And look, our good friend Rod Wolf, here we go, we'll open this up.
Yeah,
my
I
good
saw
friend
that.
Rod Wolf is a stuntman. I'll pan this up there. There he is.
That was
folding
July
up a horse.
5th.
That was just yesterday. We're tape delayed, of course. We tape on Mondays. We're going to try to get Rod here and talk
Great.
about stunt, all that kind of stuff. So, well, that about wraps it
No,
up.
I
Unless
got
you
one.
have something else.
I sure do. I was reading the newspaper a couple weeks ago, and whom did I come across but dump.
This was out in the Scottsdale Arizona Style section, and I want to publicly thank Eileen Bailey,
Yes.
who was the one that wrote this article for us, and this was to help us promote the Civitan Magic Show.
Yeah.
So
which it
we're going to
did.
show parts of that a little bit later.
Wonderful.
Right now, we got to get on to our guest because
Okay.
this is very exciting today. Today's guest is very topical and very talented. The controversy over Elvis, whether he's alive or dead, still rages on with a sighting almost every week. And the recent vote on the new Elvis stamp.
Yeah.
Did you vote younger or older?
I want to remember him when he was really sharp.
Yeah, well, Tim Wade is an Elvis fan and definitely represents the younger Elvis. And although he does almost all the Elvis tunes from the younger Elvis to the older Elvis, and he's just recently been involved with promotional work for Southwest Airlines. They just put in a new route to Burbank. Did you know that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
And he just finished an appearance at the Maricopa County Fair, and he's here with us today. We're going to meet him. But right now we want to show you a little clip of Tim Wade performing as Elvis at the Maricopa
Great.
County Fair. Don't go away.
When the movie Girl, I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his side. But the next morning, he got my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender, address unknown, no such number. No such soul. We had a quarrel, a lover's spat. I write, I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. So I dropped it in the mailbox as a special deed. If I letter the next morning, it came right back to me. She wrote upon it, return the sender, address unknown, no such person, no such soul. This time I'm gonna take her myself and put her right in me. No sir, gonna sleep like that. Sticking bells stuck on you. I'm gonna run my fingers through your long black hair. Just squeeze you kind of thing that brings it there. Yes, sir. Chain around my neck and leave me anywhere. Oh, let it be. It's Eddie Bird. I don't wanna be a tiger, tigers will light you up. Don't wanna be a lion, lions ain't the kind. But I'm alive, just want you to be your teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck, what's a teddy bear? Oh, honey, every night, here it comes. Your fingers through my hair, turn over you all the time. let it be, oh, let it be. Teddy bear, let it be, oh, let it be. Your teddy bear. Just wanna be your teddy bear.
Is he good or what? Tim Wade as Elvis. I think he may have been responsible for a few sighting reports, but we're glad he's here today. Tim Wade, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Well, tell me, when did your fascination with Elvis begin? How did this all get started for you?
Well, I'd have to say that probably going back to about 1978 when I was a senior in high school. It was right after Elvis died, and I'd always been somewhat of a fan, but not a real fan until after he died, and then suddenly you were just hit with this bombardment of Elvis music all over the place. And it was really the first time that I had heard him in concert, and his style and whatnot just really impressed me. And I'd have to say the first thing I did was a speech, actually a speech project that I did where I actually did a lip sync. And from there, I was just I just liked his style so much that I really started to work on his sound and
so
whatnot.
this was in high school when you did this speech project, is that right?
When I first started doing anything as far as Elvis goes.
Uh-huh. So I guess what we're really saying is you don't appreciate what you have until it's gone. I mean, that seems to be when it started for you, is when we lost the king.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, it was just an amazing type thing. You know, I never realized how good he really was until I started to hear a lot of the variety of things that he did.
Yeah. Now, did you go to high school here? Is that
yes.
Here in Phoenix? Are you a native of Arizona?
Pretty much moved here when I was 2 years old, so I pretty much consider myself a native.
Uh-huh. Very good. Where were you actually born?
I was born in southern Illinois, a little town called Murfreesboro, Illinois.
Murfreesboro.
Right.
Is that close to Ronald Reagan's hometown?
Well, it's just outside of Carbondale, so.
Ah, okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters? I'm sorry, I was going to ask about your family. Do you have anybody else in show business in your family?
No, not in show business. I do have, I've got 2 brothers and a sister. And they all live here. My parents live here. My whole family's here.
Uh-huh. Well, what's the hardest part of doing Elvis? What's the most difficult?
Well, I would say for me it's probably the appearance.
Now, you're a real stickler for detail, I can tell.
Well, yeah, I try to be. I would say probably my strongest point is the voice and the actual performance that I do. I work really hard at it. Probably the most difficult thing, as far as I'm concerned, is the appearance aspect of it.
Now, have you had any specialized voice training to help you with doing this impersonation?
No,
this is all natural?
It's right. I haven't had any classes or anything like that. I just like to sing.
Uh-huh. Now, I noticed in the tape that you threw a teddy bear out to the audience. I bet they go nuts when you do that.
They enjoy that. They enjoy the teddy bears. They enjoy the scarves.
Oh, you have scarves?
Oh yeah, I get involved with the scarves and things like that.
Well, see, you go all the way.
Well, I try to.
Now, have you had any trouble with the fans? I mean, has anybody, women trying to tear your clothes off or anything like that? Been a problem?
No, not yet. One lady proposed to me one time a couple years ago. She came backstage, and that was kind of interesting.
Now, do you find that these people that see you perform, they kind of know that you're an impersonator, but have you had anybody really bite into this big so that they really had no concept or no touch of reality there to know that you were somebody doing Elvis?
No, I wouldn't say so. Not at least not yet.
Yeah, so most people are treating you well then. How about your musical background? Did you have a band in high school or do anything like that, or play an instrument? Or?
I sung in the shower. I mean, it's really pretty simple. I just sung in church, sung in the shower, and just basically when they started coming out with the karaoke, that was basically the first time that I actually started to get backup tapes, accompaniment tapes, and started singing that way.
Yeah, and you saw an opportunity there then to go out and do this.
Right. It was something actually that started out as a hobby and basically just kind of grew from there as people seemed to enjoy it. It just kind of branched out, and it still seems to be branching.
Uh-huh. Now, there are, granted, a lot of Elvis impersonators working out there today. Do you guys ever get together? Do you see each other, trade notes, or is there a rivalry between Elvis impersonators?
Well, I wouldn't say that there's a rivalry. There's only one show that I was involved in here locally a couple years ago that was put together by a local promoter, and he got about 5 or 6 of us together and had a performance out at it was off the freeway in Greenway at a hotel there.
Yeah. Now, you told me one time when we were talking that there's something that makes you different from the Elvis impersonators that you know. Could you tell us again what that was? What is different about what you do?
Well, I don't know if you'd say I take it any differently from everyone else, but I just take a lot of respect in trying to present Elvis the way he really was. I mean, I take a lot of pride in trying to get, like you said, a lot of the detail down, and when I present my performance.
But now you don't live this role 24 hours a day, is that right?
Well, that's true. I like to step out of the Elvis role. I obviously wear a wig and whatnot, but I like to perform. I like to make people happy with that. They enjoy it. But when I'm done performing, I become Tim Wade and just can walk up and down the street and no problems.
Great. Now, what do you have coming up in the future, real quick, because we want to get a chance to see you sing as Elvis.
Well, I've got a couple of local engagements. They're kind of private parties and whatnot coming up in July. Between now and in September, I've got 3 engagements coming up over in California.
Oh, so you're doing work out of state as well.
Right.
Very good. Well, we are going to take a break right here, and we are going to watch a public service announcement, and when we come back, we're going to get to see Tim Wade as the King, so don't go away.
Frank Camacho, getting the facts. Tommy Nunez, making the right call. Senator Armando Ruiz, negotiating the way. Rosa Carrillo, delivering the news. There are a lot of different parts to play in the American Red Cross. Play your part.
Thanks for staying tuned for that important message. And we're very pleased to have back the king of rock and roll. Here he is, folks, Elvis. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure, Brad. Glad to be here.
Well, you have some amazing costumes. Tell us who makes your costumes for you.
Well, this costume here was made several years ago by a personal friend of mine named Becky. And now most of my scarves and suits and whatnot are made by a young lady named Janice.
Well, very good. They do a fabulous job, and now we are more than anxious to hear you sing. Would you do a couple numbers for us?
You betcha.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the King.
It's now or never. Come home, return. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't away. When I first saw you, with your smile so tender, my heart was captured, my soul surrendered. Well, it's been a lifetime, waiting for the right time. Now that you're here, the time is near, Lord, at last. It's now or never. Come home, return. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Well, tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't away. Just like a willow, we would cry an ocean if we lost true love and sweet devotion. it's been a lifetime waiting for the right time. For who knows when we'll meet again on this way. It's now or never. Don't hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Yeah, tomorrow will be tonight. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
All right.
I drew a song down at 1973. It was recorded in the Aloha from Hawaii country. And if you like blues, you'll like this. I'm a steamroller, baby. I might roll all over you. I'm a steamroller, baby. I might roll all over you. Gonna jet your soul with some sweet rock and roll. Shoot you full of rhythm and blues. I'm a cement mixer, a churning urban burning fire. Yeah, I'm a cement mixer, a churning urban burning fire. I'm a demolition derby, a hefty, hungry, sleeping giant. Well, play on, son. Ho, ho. Yeah. Feel hard, man. Yeah, I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm high roll all over you. I'm coming, check your soul with some sweet rock and roll and shoot you full of rhythm and blues. One more time. I'm a napalm bomb, guaranteed to blow your mind. I'm a napalm bomb, yeah, guaranteed to blow your mind. If I can have you now, baby, there won't be nothing left behind. La, 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 la. Ha, ha. Woo.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had Elvis here in the studio today. That is absolutely incredible. And we wish you nothing but continued success in your career. And we hope to see you a lot more here around the valley. And I know that California is just going to eat you up when you get over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us again on this week's edition of the New Variety Arts Show. Van Corthen, our musical director, as always at the Phoenician every day. And we want to thank you. Tune in again next week. We'll have another exciting performer from the world of variety arts. But right now, we want you to support variety arts in your community. And Elvis, will you take us out with one more number?
Yes, sir.
All
absolutely.
right. You go to it. Elvis has left the building.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul, I'm gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting up there. They're all living the devil may care. I'm just a devil with love to spare. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! How I wish that there were more than 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Cool as blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel. A fortune money lost on every deal. And all you need to score is a nervous steel. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas with your neon flashes and your one band is crashing. It always slows down the train. Yeah, Viva Las Vegas, turning day into night, turning night into daytime. If you see it once, you'll never be the same again. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep on the run. I'm gonna have me some fun if it costs me my very last dime. If I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a swing in time. Well, I'm gonna give it everything I got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay high. And then you shoot the sevens with a heavy shot. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas!